A Zen master who, while out walking one day, is confronted by a ferocious man-eating tiger. He slowly backs away from the animal, only to find that he is trapped at the edge of a high cliff. The tiger snarls with hunger and pursues the master. His only hope of escape is to suspend himself over the abyss by holding on to a vine that grows at its edge. As the master dangles from the cliff, two mice, one white and one black, begin to gnaw on the vine he is clutching on. If he climbs back up, the tiger will surely devour him. If he stays, then there is the certain death of a long fall onto the jagged rocks. The slender vine begins to give way, and death is imminent. Just then, the precariously suspended Zen master notices a lovely ripe wild strawberry growing along the cliff's edge. He plucks the succulent berry and pops it into his mouth. He is heard to say, "This lovely strawberry, how sweet it tastes."
A senior monk and a junior monk were traveling together. At one point, they came to a river with a strong current. As the monks were preparing to cross the river, they saw a very young and beautiful woman also attempting to cross. The young woman asked if they could help her cross to the other side. The two monks glanced at one another because they had taken vows not to touch a woman. Then, without a word, the older monk picked up the woman, carried her across the river, placed her gently on the other side, and carried on his journey. The younger monk couldn't believe what had just happened. After rejoining his companion, he was speechless, and an hour passed without a word between them. 2 more hours passed, then 3. Finally, the younger monk could not contain himself any longer and blurted out, "As monks, we are not permitted a woman. How could you then carry that woman on your shoulders?" The older monk looked at him and replied, "Brother, I set her down on the other side of the river. Why are you still carrying her?" Ikkyu, the Zen master, was very clever even as a boy. His teacher had a precious teacup, a rare antique. Ikkyu happened to break this cup and was greatly perplexed. Hearing the footsteps of his teacher, he held the pieces of the cup behind him. When the master appeared, Ikkyu asked, "Why do people have to die?" "This is natural," explained the older man. "Everything has to die and has just so long to live." Ikkyu, producing the shattered cup, added, "It was time for your cup to die." A young monk said to his master, "My thoughts never stop. They disturb my peace." The master pointed to the sky. "Watch the clouds," he said. The monk looked up. A dark cloud passed slowly overhead. "Did you push it away?" the master asked. "No," the monk replied. "Did you follow it?" the master asked. "No." The master smiled. "Then why do you follow your thoughts?" The cloud drifted on. The sky remained. An old Zen monk and his young student lived in a small mountain temple. One evening, the student complained, "Master, I meditate every day, yet I feel no peace. What am I doing wrong?" The master said nothing. He picked up an empty bowl and held it out. The student looked confused. "There is nothing in it." The master smiled gently. "Exactly." The student frowned. "But how does that help me?" The master placed the bowl on the ground and said, "You come to meditation carrying your worries, expectations, and questions. There is no room left for peace." The student sat quietly. After a long silence, he bowed. For the first time, the bowl felt full. Stay with the moment.